Hello everybody, it's Mike again, and I want to talk about pain creates change. Pain creates change. Pain leads to change. Pain leads to change. Pain creates opportunity. The question becomes, what kind of change is going to happen from the pain? So what we're trying to do here is focus on positive change. This walking that I'm doing was started from pain. The pain got so bad of me being disgusted, being overweight, and not really having done much the last several years. The pain got to the point it created change. I took that first step. I made that commitment to myself. So that's a positive change, and that's the kind of change you want from pain. But the other kind of change that can happen from pain is you waited too long. And the kind of change is, you got to go to the hospital. You got to do some sort of operation, this or that. Okay? Maybe the pain was that you didn't really do a good job at work, so you lose your job. That's a negative change. Obviously, that can lead to positive change, but it makes it more difficult. So we want to focus on helping you identify the pain and creating the change, the positive change. Identifying your pain, use it as a catalyst to create positive change. Okay? So, how are you going to do it? Well, some of this is repetitive in these videos, but it's important information. What you're going to do is you got to take action. You got to take some sort of action. You got to get into step one, get the information. If you got pain, physical pain, you might have to go see a physician to identify what's wrong so you can get it fixed and then get started. But maybe it's just emotional pain. The emotional pain of seeing yourself in the mirror. You didn't really realize you looked that bad. Your pants aren't fitting, your clothes aren't fitting. You had a fleeting moment. You saw yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh my God. So that creates a spark. That creates a motivation to take action. So you take the action. And then you continue with the action because it creates momentum. It creates momentum. Then you do your proof journal where you have your fitness app where you write down what's happening on a daily basis to prove to yourself the actions that you're taking are leading to positive change. The momentum over time is what fuels your continuous activity as you move forward in time. You want to let that momentum fuel you. Beliefs start to take hold after you've seen the proof and you've taken the actions. So the synergy of the belief with the momentum of the activity after 60 days creates pretty much an unstoppable force. And that's what you're shooting for. That's what your goal is at this point. And you might have to try 3 or 4 or 5 different times to get this thing going. But what else you got to do? Go back to that spot where you're wallowing in doubt, wallowing in anxiety because your body's really not in sync. Is that what you want? Not sleeping well, waking up in the middle of the night where all your problems get magnified. You want that? I don't want it. What you want to do is kill this lazy parasite that's been inside you. And also there might be physical parasites You need to get rid of the parasites in your body because you've been eating crap. And you can do that. You can get different supplements to help you do that, plus ivermectin. You can get ivermectin to help you do that. Just like when you have a pet, you have to get the parasites out of your pet. People are no different. That could be causing some issues. So not only we have the ExLazyParasite paradigm in a action-oriented way, but a lazy parasite in terms of actual parasites in your body. Okay? Got to get rid of them. Maybe you need to get rid of some of the parasites that are in your life, some of the people that drag you down. And you think they're friends, so you're loyal. But maybe some of those people need to go. Maybe they're really just lazy parasites sucking the energy out of you, keep you from moving forward. You know, I've had a few of those in my life along the way. They don't want to see you doing good because they don't want to work. So they'd rather dog you, drag you down, you know, talk negative about what you're trying to do. Get rid of them. So, you know, change is inevitable. And yeah, there's some pain in change, especially if you hadn't been doing anything physically for years. When you start walking, you're going to be sore. But that's why you start small and you stay with it. But what's the alternative? You're going to end up in some bad situation somewhere down the line with some pain, torn meniscus or some other joint ailments, whatever. And you would have had all those years that you could have been working on yourself to get in better shape, but you didn't do it. And you're going to pay the price. You know, not only physically pay the price, but you're going to monetarily pay the price because the health insurance that everybody has nowadays, for most people, doesn't really cover a whole lot. Got big deductibles, you know, and these healthcare providers start hounding you with all these bills and everything else, and you really don't need that in your life. I mean, if you're rich, okay, but most of us are not. You know, you don't need an extra set of bills sitting on your desk while you're trying to take care of everyday living bills you have now. Inflation is higher now, and things are more expensive. So that's one way that good health, great health can create wealth, is you don't get a stack of medical bills sitting on your desk. You're trying to figure out how to pay them. So you get more payment plans set up and this and that, one thing and another. Good health fitness program could help you eliminate a lot of that. You know that as well as I do. So change is great. The only question is, how long are you going to wait to change? How long are you going to put up with the pain before you change? And the answer should be no longer. Hey, Mike, I hear you, pal. I'm done. I'm going to do something. I'm going to start. I'm with you, man. I don't really like you, Mike, but what you're saying's right. So, okay, you've pissed me off, so I'm going to do it. Good. Wonderful. So anyway, it's okay to poke fun at everybody. It's okay for you guys to poke fun at me. I get it. But at the end of the day, if you're getting better, you're doing better, then that's positive change. So if you like what content I'm making for you guys, subscribe and feel free to send suggestions to me, good, bad, or indifferent. It's a community of more than one. I'm just Mike. But maybe this thing can turn into something beneficial for hundreds, thousands of people. Thanks for listening.